This event happened many years ago when I was 19. Over the course of my life, I have frequently thought about what happened. In my teenage years, I would often stay at my grandparents' house. One night, I cleaned up for the night, changed into my pajamas, and got into bed. I was lying on my back, thinking about nothing in particular. After about 5 minutes, I heard what sounded like screaming coming from the basement. My bedroom was on the second floor. I sat up in bed and listened, trying to understand what I was hearing. It sounded like a woman, and the screaming was loud. It wasn't the wind or the pipes. It was definitely human. In a matter of 20 or 30 seconds, the sound started getting closer. It seemed to be coming up the stairs. The scream started moving from the basement to the first floor, and then from the first floor to the second floor. It stopped right outside my room. The door to my room was closed, so I never saw anything. But the screaming was unreal. It was very loud and lasted for approximately 30 seconds before it started moving down the stairs again, back to the basement. Then it stopped, and I never heard it again. When I talked to my friends and family about this experience, they immediately dismiss it as I must have been asleep and dreamt all of it. I don't blame them. If someone had told me this story, I would have likely said the same thing. But I wasn't sleeping. I know I was awake. I was sitting up in bed, listening to this unfold over several minutes. I never woke up and thought, that was a weird dream. I was awake the whole time. The only woman in the house was my grandmother. She was quite elderly at the time. She could walk up and down the stairs, but not at the pace this sound traveled. This was also an older home with a long, winding staircase. My grandmother could not have climbed the stairs from the basement to the second floor that quickly. The next morning, I had asked my grandparents if they had heard anything. They had not. Eventually, I decided it must be one of two things. Either I had had some kind of personal episode and was hearing things, or it was a ghost. This is an experience that has never left me, and I know I will never know for sure what had happened that night.